Hello again, baseball fans and Apba baseball fans, to another exciting game of the Apba Baseball Master Game here on the Tiger Lab Broadcasting Network. Today we have Game 5 of the 1993 World Series. Toronto against Philadelphia. Toronto's in Philadelphia. Philadelphia leading the series 3-1, and they're looking at winning their first World Series since 1980. Back when they beat Kansas City in 1980. Like I said, this is Game 5. Go back over how we got here. Game 1, Philadelphia had 5 home runs and won Game 1 8-5. Game 2 was a thriller that Philadelphia won 8-7 as they took a 2-0 lead in Toronto. Game 3, Toronto come back, won that one 3-0. And then the last game, Philadelphia 6-2 took Game 4. And that's how we are here, Game 5 in Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, with Philadelphia trying to wrap this thing up at home. And today we have a rematch of the Game 1 starters. We have Guzman pitching for Toronto on the road. And back in Game 1, he lasted 2/3 of an inning before he was taken out of the game. And he's going up against Schilling, who got the win in the first game, didn't pitch real effectively. But they won that game 8-5, and Schilling got the win. It is October 21st, 1993. And we have a jam-packed crowd. We are looking to have over 60,000 people in the ballpark today, as they're filing in. Have a meeting at home plate between the managers and the umpires. They're going by the ground rules here in Veterans Stadium. And one of the rules we'll be using today is there will not be DHs in the National League Park. So Toronto will have their pitcher batting. And we'll see how they're going to handle that today. And we'll go down the batting order here for Toronto. Leading off today will be left fielder Rickey Henderson. Batting number 2, the center fielder Duane Ward. Batting third, second baseman Roberto Alomar. Batting fourth in right field, Joe Carter. Batting fifth, first base, Johnny Olerud. Batting sixth, playing third base for the second game in a row, will be Paul Molitor. Batting seventh, be the shortstop Tony Fernandez. Eighth, the catcher's Pat Borders. And batting ninth will be the pitcher Duane Guzman. And they'll be going up against Schilling. Schilling, the 16-game winner in the regular season. He was 16-7 with a 4.02 ERA. He's a grade 8. He's a right-hander for Anchorage, Alaska. Has an X and a Z, and a move to first +2. Tim McClellan will be the home plate umpire. He'll be calling the balls and strikes, and he hollers, "Play ball!" And we're ready to get underway here. Rickey Henderson stepping in the batter's box. Schilling all warmed up, and let's play Game 5 of the 1993 World Series. Schilling threw 5 innings in the first game, gave up 5 earned runs and 8 hits at 2 walks and 4 strikeouts for a earned run average of 9.00, but he did get the win. So here we go. We're ready. Underway. Rickey Henderson. 23's a 26. Little 2-bouncer to Duncan. Over to first. 1 up and 1 away here in the top of the Toronto first inning. And we're so happy you're here, and hopefully you can stick around for a while and enjoy Game 5 of the 1993 World Series here on the Apba Master Baseball Game. And now batting, center fielder Duane Ward, 1 for 17 in the series so far, hitting .058. Schilling delivers to White, 31. 31 is a 9 off the righty. He's a -0, a 9 off the grade 8. Pops it up on the infield. Second baseman Duncan under it, makes the catch. 2 up and 2 away. Coming up the bat is Roberto Alomar. Alomar has 2 hits and 14 at-bats, hitting .143. Toronto really has to get the bats going in this game if they're going to crawl back in this series. Schilling to Alomar. Switch hitter, hitting left-handed. 54-32, line drive, right field, Eisenreich coming in hard. Fine running catch by Jimmy Eisenreich. And that is it. Nothing across for Toronto in the top of the first. And we're going to the bottom of the first. Toronto 0. Philadelphia coming up to bat. As Guzman's on the mound, making his warm-up tosses, we'll go down the Philadelphia batting order. Not much for changes in here today. I think the same order as yesterday. Center fielder Lenny Dykstra leading off. Batting number 2, the second baseman Mariano Duncan. Batting third, first baseman John Kruk. Batting fourth, third baseman Dave Hollins. Fifth, the catcher Darren Daulton, batting sixth. In right field, Jim Eisenreich, batting seventh. In left field, Milt Thompson. Eighth, the shortstop Kevin Stocker, and batting ninth will be Kurt Schilling. And we're going up against Juan Guzman. He was the Game 1 starter. He lasted 2/3 of an inning. He got 5 earned runs and 4 hits and a walk, with an ERA of 67.5. He's a grade 12 with an X and a W and a G. So he's really looking to bounce back after that terrible first Game 1 performance. Guzman warmed up. Then strikes up to bat. The left-hander from Santa Ana, California. Here's the pitch. The Dykstra, 24. 24 is a 13. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 up and 1 away in the Philadelphia first inning. Now batting is shortstop. Actually playing second base, Duncan. He is 9 for 20, hitting .450. Guzman to the right hand hitting Mariano. Duncan, 46-13. Struck him out on a curveball. 2 up and 2 away. Now batting, number 3 will be John Kruk. Kruk so far, 7 for 15. He's hitting .467. Left-hander, right-hand pitcher. Johnny Kruk, 54-32. Fly ball, right field. Carter, back. Just shy of the warning track under it. Makes the catch. Nothing across for Philadelphia in the first inning. We're going to the second inning. We are scoreless. And coming up to bat for Toronto will be Carter, Olerud, and Molitor. Joe Carter, 3 for 17. Schilling, righty on righty. Joe Carter, 24-13. Fastball, outside part of the plate. Struck him out. 1 up and 1 away. First strikeout for Schilling today. Up steps Johnny Olerud playing first base. Schilling to the left-hand hitting Johnny Olerud. 31 is at 8. Base hit, left field. Olerud gets a single. So we got a slow man on first. He's an E9, and up steps Paulie Molitor, third baseman. Schilling peers in to get the sign. He delivers to Molitor, 36-14. Ball 2. Schilling, good control here. Has the Z on the card. Here's the pitch to Molitor. 2 balls, no strikes. 31 is at 8. Handicap 3. 8 goes up to a grade 11. Pitcher that drop into left field. Olerud's going to stop at second base. Back-to-back singles here in the second inning. Toronto trying to kick up their heels. And up steps the shortstop. Switch hitter hitting left-handed. Tony Fernandez, first and second. 1 out. Schilling delivers to Fernandez. 41's at 24. It's going to be fielding 1 with the second dice roll of 14. So 24, fielding 1. Shortstop grabs it. Stocker over to Duncan. Kruk, double play. So we get 2 hits. Toronto gets 2 hits. Cannot push any runs across. And we're going to the bottom of the second, scoreless. And coming up to bat for Philadelphia will be Hollins, Daulton, Eisenreich, and Thompson. Guzman pitching to Hollins, a switch hitter hitting left-handed. 16's at 28. Ground ball up the middle. Fernandez dives for it, up to it on his feet. Throw to first. Got him by a step. What a play by Fernandez. Flashing the leather out there at shortstop. With 1 away, up steps Daulton. He had a home run. He had a home run in the last game. He has 1 home run in the series. Guzman to the left-hand hitting Darren Daulton. 52-27. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strikeout number 3 today for Guzman. We got 2 away in the Phillies' second inning. Now batting is Jimmy Eisenreich. Guzman to the left-hand hitting Jimmy Eisenreich. Snake Eyes is a 0. 51 is a 2. That ball's right down the right field line in the corner. Eisenreich, he's rounding second. He's going to try for third. Throw to third, slides. He's going to be safe at third. Eisenreich, safe at third on a close play with a triple. So 2 outs. Philadelphia threatening now. Left-hand hitting Thompson up. Eisenreich on third base. Guzman peers in to get the sign. To the set. He delivers to Thompson. 46-29. Man on third. Pitcher's a 2. They'll be fielding 1. Out. Pitcher to first base. Gets out of the inning. So they get the triple. No harm. And we are going to top of the third inning. Scoreless in a game. Well, I ain't got to really say it, but I'll say it. Toronto needs this one. Otherwise, there's no more baseball tomorrow. Schilling pitching the Borders. 23's a 12. That's a little wicked two-hopper to Duncan. Over to first. Borders out. 1 away. Now batting is the pitcher, Guzman. Righty on righty. 22 is a 9. He's a -2. So 8 becomes a grade 10. Grade 10 pitcher. We got a 9. It's a fly ball, center field. Dykstra under it. Makes the catch. So Guzman makes contact. But he's out. And up steps Rickey. Henderson. First time up, grounded out. Second to first. Schilling delivers to Rickey. Henderson. 26-26. Busy man out there dunking over to first. Second to first. Nothing across. 4. Toronto on top of the third. We're going bottom of the third. Scoreless. And up steps the number 8 hitter, Kevin Stocker. Guzman to the switch hitter, hitting left-handed. Kevin Stocker. 35. 35 is a 9 off a righty. He's a -5. So 9 off the grade 17. That is going to be a base hit, Kevin Stocker. He's on first base with a single. Drops into left field. Schilling's up to bat. He's going to try and lay down a bunt. Guzman. To Schilling. 55 is a 9. -7. 9 off the 19. Man on first. No change. Sacrifice. Third baseman grabs it. Over to the second baseman covering. Nice bunt by the pitcher, Schilling. Take a second here, put this in here, do all my scorekeeping here on the score ball stat program. Seems to work out really good. So Philadelphia, man on second base. 1 out, and up steps the left-hand hitting Lenny Dykstra. First time up, he struck out. Guzman in a little trouble here. He delivers to Dykstra. 34-31, fly ball, center field. Back a couple steps. Duane Ward under it, makes the catch. 2 away. Here in the Philadelphia third inning. That's Guzman trying to work through trouble here again. Here we go, pitching to Duncan. Right-hand batter, right-hand pitcher. Mariano Duncan, 66 is a 0. 62 is a 6. That splits the outfield between left and center all the way to the wall. We have Stocker's going to come around and score, and Duncan's going to go all the way to second base with a double. Philadelphia takes the lead here in the bottom of the third. They got a 3-1 lead in the World Series, and they're winning this one 1-0. And up steps Johnny Kruk Guzman. Guzman pitching to Kruk. 52. 52 is a 27. Ground ball, third base, grab. Molitor over to first. And that is it here in the bottom of the third. Philadelphia scores 1, and we're going top of the fourth inning. Philadelphia leading this one 1-0. And leading off for Toronto, Duane Ward, first time up. It'll pop out to second base. Schilling to the switch hitter, hitting left-handed. Duane Ward, 55. 55 is an 8. Off to grade 8, he's going to drop one into left field. Duane Ward's on first base. And up steps Roberto Alomar. Toronto trying to get something going here. Bobby Alomar from Puerto Rico. The righty to the switch hitter hitting left-handed Bobby Alomar. 65. 35. Pops that one up. High in the infield. Daulton throws his mask away. Makes the catch. Foul territory. And we have 1 away. Duane Ward. D34, so he can't steal yet. He can steal maybe with 2 outs, but see if Joe Carter can put a charge into 1. 33 home runs in the regular season. A lot of RBIs, 121. Schilling trying to be careful to Carter. Here we go. To the set. He delivers. Carter. 14-30. Pulls that one deep left. Thompson back on a warning track. Makes the catch. Carter give it a ride. But not quite far enough. So 2 outs. And up steps Johnny Olerud. So Devon White's getting a pretty big lead off first base. Johnny Olerud up the bat. If Devon White decides to steal, he has a 31 out of 36 chance of making it. So 11-61, he'll be safe. And there he goes. He's trying to steal second base. Daulton fires down to second base, and he's going to be safe. Stolen base for Devon White. Now we got Olerud up with Devon White on second base, with a chance to tie this game up with a base hit. 363 in the regular season. Schilling delivers to Olerud. 43's a 29. Right back to the first baseman. Flips it to Schilling covering first. Toronto cannot score in the top of the 4th. And we're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Philadelphia leading 1-0. They got Hollins, Daulton, and Eisenreich coming up the bat. Hollins grounded out short to first his first time up. Guzman delivers to David Hollins. 41. 24 grounds. Ball Fernandez. Routine play over the first. 1 away here in the bottom of the Philadelphia 4th inning. And up steps Darren Daulton. First time up, he struck out. Guzman. Wind up. Delivery to Daulton. 36. 33. Pops it up. High on the infield. Alomar. Back on the edge of the outfield grass. Makes the catch. 2 up and 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. And now we have Jimmy Eisenreich. First time up, he had a triple in the corner. Guzman to Eisenreich. 54-32. Fly ball right field. Carter over this time. And this time he makes the catch in right field. So nothing across here in the bottom of the 4th. For Toronto, we're going top of the 5th. 1-0 baseball game. So far, each team has 3 hits. Leading off, the igniter, Paul Molitor. Schilling to Molitor. 33 is a 6. That ball is right down the left field line. And Molitor, he's in a cruise into second base with a double. So Toronto kicking up their heels again. Can they get a run in here? Up steps Fernandez. If he doesn't get him in, he at least has to get him over. Here's the pitch. Schilling to the switch hitting. Fernandez. Snake eyes is a 0. 55 is a 2. That ball's deep, and that is way out there in deep center. All the way to the wall. Molitor is going to score. Fernandez is around second. He's going to go to third. And he's going to get a stand-up triple. This game is tied in the top of the 5th. And Fernandez is on third base with nobody out. And the crowd, they turn it down a couple notches, getting a little quieter. So 5th inning. Nobody out. They're going to bring the infield in. Borders. Schilling to Borders. 44 is an 8. Off the righty. Grade 9 pitcher. 8 goes to a 9. That ball's in a drop in. Over to second base. Fernandez walks home. Toronto takes a 2-1 lead, and now they got Borders on first base, and up steps Guzman. Looks like Guzman, they're looking for a bunt. He's going to try and bunt. 65 is a 35. Man on first. Sacrifice. B. Catcher number. Daulton's an 8. 53 on an 8 catcher. That'll be fielding 2. Sacrifice. Double play. Little bouncer on front. The catcher fires to the shortstop over the first. A 2-6-4 double play. Guzman out at first base. He cannot get the sacrifice down. So 2 outs and the base is empty. Toronto 2 runs in, leading 2-1. Up steps Rickey, Henderson, and Schilling. Peers in to get the sign. A windup and delivery to Rickey Henderson. Snake eyes is a 0. 42 is a 6. That ball's over the left fielder's head. And Rickey Henderson's going to pull into second base with a double. And Toronto's bats, they're starting to make some noise here in the 5th inning. Up steps Duane Ward, switch hitter, hitting left-handed. Duck on the pond. Here's the pitch. Schilling to White. 61's a 30. With a man on second base, fly ball, left field, Thompson under it. Makes the catch. The top of the 5th is over. But Toronto does get 2, and they're going to the bottom of the 5th. Leading Game 5 of the World Series. 2-1. Leading off for Philadelphia in the bottom of the 5th will be Thompson, followed by Stocker and Schilling. Guzman to the left-hand hitting, Milt Thompson. He is 2 for 11 in the World Series. 35 is a 13. Stood there like the house on the side of the road, and watch that one go by. Struck him out. That is the 4th strikeout here today for Guzman. And up steps Kevin Stocker. Here's the pitch. Guzman to the switch hitter, hitting left-handed. Kevin Stocker. 13's a 14. He loses them. 4 straight pitches. Philadelphia has a base runner, and up steps Schilling. And Schilling's going to try and lay down a bunt again. Last time he was successful. Here we go. Guzman to Schilling. Laying down a bunt. 23. 23's a 26. Second base. Sacrifice. First baseman grabs it. Olerud over to Alomar. Covering first. Another successful sacrifice by Schilling. Doing what's asked of him there. In the batter's box. So with 2 outs, we're going top of the order. Lenny Dykstra trying to get the base hit to tie this game up. Guzman gets the sign to the set. He delivers to Dykstra. 56-34. Little line out. Second baseman grabbed it. Nice play. Alomar. Wasn't the hardest line out, but he had to jump a little bit for it. The bottom of the 5th. Get a base runner, cannot score. We're going to the top of the 6th inning. Toronto leading this one 2-1. Go to the top of the 6th. Schilling's pitched to 20 batters so far, so he's still pretty strong here. Leading off, Bobby Alomar, 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch to the left-hand hitting. Roberto Alomar, 55 is an 8. That ball's in a drop in left field. Alomar gets a base hit. He's a C30. And up steps Joe Carter. So Alomar, you get a nice lead off first base. Schilling delivers to Carter. 16 is a 28. Ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop is a fielding 2. 8-man, so they'll be fielding 2. 28. Fielding 2. Same as fielding 1. Shortstop grabs it to the second baseman covering. Little fielder's choice play. They got the speedier runner out. So we got 1 away. Top of the 6th. Joe Carter on first base. And up steps Johnny Olerud, looking for a pitch he can drive. He's 0 for 2 today. Has 5 hits in the World Series, hitting .333. Schilling to the left-hand hitting. Johnny Olerud, 12's a 25. Ground ball up the middle. Duncan grabs it. Flips it to Stocker. Over to Kruk. 4-6-3 double play. 2 for the price of 1. And that is it for Toronto in the top of the 6th. And we're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Toronto leading 2-1. And leading off for Philadelphia be the number 2 hitter, Duncan, Kruk, and then Hollins. So far, Guzman's pitched to 19 batters. Duncan leading off. Here we go. Duncan, 33 is a 0. 46 is a 6. That ball drops right on the left field line. Duncan, he chugs into second base with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 6th. As the Philadelphia Phillies trying to come back and trying to win the World Series at home at Veterans Stadium. They don't want to make no road trips. Guzman to the left-hand hitting. Johnny Kruk, 53 is a 20. Second baseman, 62. 62 on the 9 second baseman. That would be fielding 2. So 20. First on air, runner to third, air second base. Alomar, usually so sure-handed, cannot make the play. Now we got 2 runners on for Philadelphia, and up steps the cleanup hitter. Up steps Hollins, looking for a pitch he can drive. He's in the left-handed batter's box. Infield's playing deep. Guzman to Hollins. 26-13 fastball, swing and a miss, struck him out. Strikeout number 5 here for Guzman today. And up steps Daulton, left-hand hitter from Arkansas City, Kansas. Guzman peers in to get the sign. To the set, he delivers to Daulton. 64-14. Oh, he walked him. And we're going to have a mound visit. We got the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 6th. We are going to have a pitching change. Toronto giving Guzman the quick hook. Although he pitched well today, they're going to bring in Tony Castillo to pitch. This will be his 4th appearance in the World Series. So far, he's pitched 3 2/3 innings, giving up no earned runs, 1 hit, and 2 strikeouts. So he'll be coming in here to face the left-handers. Tony Castillo, first guy to face him, will be Jimmy Eisenreich. So bases loaded. Castillo all warmed up. Infield's deep. He's a 12, goes up to a 5, so he's up to a 17. He'll be grade 20 to the first batter. So Tony Castillo, grade 20 to the first batter, infield deep. Here we go. Eisenreich. 26 is a 27. Ground ball, third base. Molitor will be fielding 3. 27. Fielder's choice, runner forced out at third. Other runners advance. 1 base. Fielder's choice, 5-4. Did not shake the dice for Molitor on defense, being he'll be a 2 third baseman. His card wasn't rated for third base, but they played him third base in the World Series, so I played him here. So being he's a 2 on third base, automatically fielding 3. So cannot turn to double play to get out of it. Now coming up to bat is Milt Thompson. So first and third, Milt Thompson's in a bat for himself. The only choice was to bring in Cavili in the bat. He's a right-hander, but then you got the weak defense out there for the rest of the game and a tie game in the 6th inning. They decided to leave Thompson in there as they don't have any decent defensive outfielders on the bench. So first and third. With 2 outs. The runner's held on first base. Castillo against Thompson. 56-34. First and third. Fly ball. Left field. Under it. Henderson. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Toronto does get a run. So Philadelphia does get a run in the bottom of the 6th to tie this game up at 2-2, and we're going top of the 7th inning. What a good ball game we got going on here. Schilling still out there to pitch in the top of the 7th inning in a 2-2 game. And leading off will be the third baseman, Paul Molitor. Schilling to Molitor. 25 is at 8. Off the grade 11 pitcher, Paulie Molitor gets a single. He's on first base. So Molitor is the E32. He's not able to steal till after the 6th inning. And up steps Tony Fernandez with Molitor on first base. Schilling peers in to get the sign. Fernandez. Toronto's in a hit and run with Fernandez. Hit and run play. 53 is an 18. Ground ball to the shortstop. 56 on Stalker. The 8 shortstop's to be fielding 3. So hit and run. 18. Fielding 3. First on air. Runner to third. Air shortstop. Kevin Stalker cannot make the play. And now Toronto's in business. So first and third, nobody out. Up steps Pat Borders. 7th inning. Oh my. Schilling peers in to get the sign. Pitching to Borders. Infield is in. 41 is a 24. First and third. That's a shortstop number again. with the infield in. 52 on the 8 shortstop. That's going to put him in fielding 3. Single through second. 1 scores, other to second. Right through the drawn in infield. 1 scores, other to second. 3-2 lead for Toronto. Pitchers do bat. Let's see what they're going to do. Toronto's going to bring in the pinch hitter. Coming in pinch hit will be Darnell Coles. Coming in to pinch hit for Tony Castillo, the pitcher. So we got first and second. Nobody out. Darnell Coles up to bat. Schilling trying to get through the 7th inning. And here we go. Here's the pitch. Schilling to the right-hand hitting. Darnell Coles. 33 is a 0. 13 is a 6. Double. Right center field all the way to the wall. 1 runner scores. Other one's going to be a 36 hit number. So double. Fernandez scores. Borders going to stop at third base. We got ourselves a 4-2 Toronto lead. What a big hit by Darnell Coles off the bench. Comes in and gets a double. Now they're on second and third. Still nobody out. And we got a timeout here. So we got a pitching change. Larry Anderson's coming in here to pitch. He's coming in to pitch to Rickey Henderson. Runners on second and third. Nobody out here. 7th inning. 2 runs in already. And right now they're gonna bring the infield in again. Anderson pitching to Rickey Henderson. 41 is a 24. Runners on second and third. 55. Fielding 3. 24. Out. Runners hold. Short to first. Nice play by Stocker. Was able to hold the runners. No advancement. And Henderson's out. And up steps Devon White. Second and third with 1 out. Anderson, infield in, pitching to Devon White, hitting left-handed, switch hitter. 16's a 28, ground ball to the shortstop. 35 is going to put him in fielding 2. Single through short, past Stocker again through the drawn-in infield. Runners advance 1 base. Border scores because Coles goes to third base. So we got Coles on third base. Infield's deep, trying to get a double play now with Bobby Alomar. They got to somehow get out of this inning here. Anderson pitching to Alomar. 52's a 27, ground ball, third base. 51 on the defense will be fielding 3. First and third, fielding 3. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Why strikeout? Big strikeout here. 2 away. So up steps Joe Carter. First and third. 2 outs. Anderson to the set. He delivers to Joe Carter. 55 is at 8. -3. 8 off the grade. 16. First and third. 16. 8. First and third. Single to right. Joe Carter's a pull hitter, so it's actually single to left. Hit number's a 44. Another run scores. Cole scores. White stops at second base. We got a 6-2 ball game. And they batted around here. The number 9 hitter's up. Anderson pitching to Johnny Olerud. 44 is a 7. Everybody getting base hits now. It's a 7. Single to left. 67 and 38 are the hit numbers. Single to left. White scores. Carter stops at second base. And we got a timeout. Molitor up. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Anderson to Molitor. 22 is a 7. Another base at the left. Hit numbers are 67 and 38. They continue to pummel the ball. Carter scores. Olerud stops at second base. We have an 8-2 ball game, and that'll be it for Anderson. So here in the top of the 7th inning with 6 runs in here for Toronto, another new pitcher coming to pitch will be Roger Mason, the right-hander from Baylor, Michigan. He'll be coming to pitch in his, I believe it's the 2nd game. So he's coming to pitch to Tony Fernandez. Runners on 1st and 2nd. And what he'll do, he'll be batting number 7, as we had a double switch. Incaviglia, he will come in and play left field. He'll bat number 9. He'll bat in the pitcher spot. And Mason, in a double switch, he'll bat 7th. Because we're trying to get a couple innings out of him. First of all, he has to get an out here. He's a grade 6, goes up to an 11. So grade 11, 1st and 2nd. Mason to Fernandez. 33 is a 0. 55 is a 2. 1st and 2nd, 2. On players that double column card score, this is number 5. A 5 will be a 7. That'll be a single to left. 67-38. Another run scores. Molitor goes to second base. We have a 9-2 lead, and the onslaught continues as Toronto is starting to just pound the baseball all over the place. And up steps Pat Borders. Hits his last 2 times up. Mason to Borders, 63-31. Fly ball, center field Dykstra under it. Makes the catch. Oh, and the harvest is finally in. As Toronto send 11 batters to the plate here in the 7th inning, they score 7 runs, and we're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Toronto leading 9-2. It looks like they're going to be bringing a new pitcher in as they pinch hit. Since Cole's had pinch hit for their pitcher. So we go into the 7th inning stretch with Toronto leading 9-2. Listen to Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And at this point in time, here's I ask you, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you like what you're listening to or watching, take a second now. You can subscribe. Any comments, any likes, I like hearing it all. Any questions about the managerial decisions, that's okay too. So on to the rest of the Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Home team. They don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Got Kelly back here with the harmonies. Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome, Bob.
Now on to the rest of Game 5 of the World Series. So coming in to pitcher in the bottom of the 7th inning will be Danny Cox, making his 7th appearance. He's pitched 5 innings so far, haven't given any earned runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts so far in the World Series. So he's going to be pitching 1, maybe 2 innings. We'll see how it goes. And leading off will be Stalker, the number 8 hitter. Danny Cox all warmed up to the switch hitting Kevin Stalker. Philadelphia needs some runs. 42's a 42. Danny Cox, HB0. So it is not a hit batter. It's ball 1, because he does not hit batters. So Stalker still in the batter's box. 21. 21's a 30. Easy fly ball. Rickey Henderson under it. 1 away. This crowd is so disappointed as they were looking to watch their Phillies wrap up the World Series at home. But they'll be heading back to Toronto unless they can get a bunch of runs in a hurry. And coming up the bat, Pete Incaviglia, 2 for 6 as he come in there on a double switch. Cox pitching the right hand hitting Incaviglia. 33's a 4. That ball's hit hard. He's a -3 off to 16. A 4 off to 16. That ball is hit right off the wall in left field, and Incaviglia pulls into second base with a double. Look for a second. That ball might be gone. So Incaviglia on second base, and up steps Lenny, nails Dykstra. Cox to Dykstra. 36-14. Now he walks a batter. Phillies showing some life here. Down by 7, but they're trying to rally. Up steps Mariano Duncan. The second baseman, Danny Cox, to the set. He delivers to Duncan. 53's a 19. Third base will be fielding 3. First on air, runner advance 2 bases, air third base. Incaviglia's in a score. Dykstra's going to third base. And now we got ourselves a 9-3 baseball game. Coming up the bat is Johnny Kruk. Cox to the set, delivers to the left-hand hitting Johnny Kruk. 61 is a 37 on a first and third. That's a team number. Dice roll is going to be fielding 2 team. The dice roll 64 puts them in fielding 3. So first and third, 37, we got an RP board. First and third, 37. 62. 62 on the 37. That is a 7. That is the right fielder. The right fielder is going to be fielding 3. Single to right. Runner scores. Other runner to third on air, and then scores on wild throw. Batter to second. Double air out there by the right fielder. Joe Carter makes 2 errors. So recap that play. We had on first and third, we had a single to right. We had runner score. And the other runner went to third as the right fielder. Joe Carter bobbled it. Then he made a wild throw. Mariano Duncan scored, and Kruk went to second base. So now we have a man on first, a man on second base with 1 out. And we got a 9-5 baseball game here in the bottom of the 7th with David Hollins coming up to bat. So what crazy low-light plays here is, in the 2 batters, Toronto has made 3 errors out there. They're going to try and settle this thing down here. Hollins up to bat, hitting left-handed off the right-handed Cox with 1 out. Man on second base. 15. 15 is an 8. Hollins is handicap 3. 16. Man on second, 8 off the 16. That'll be a 27. Ground ball, third base. Molitor grabs it. Over to first. Runner's going to third. So 2 outs. Runner on third. That's Toronto trying to get out of this messy defensive inning here. Up steps Daulton, man on third. 2 outs. Cox to the left-hand hitting Darren Daulton. 33 is a 0. 63 is a 6. That's going to be a double all the way to the right center field wall. Kruk's going to score. We got a 9-6 baseball game. And we got a timeout. And we got a pitching change. Coming in to pitch will be Mark Eichhorn. He'll be making his 4th appearance. He's pitched 3.1 innings so far. He had yesterday off. He pitched 1 inning the day before, pitched a 4-batter, so he's feeling pretty strong. He got a win in that game. So he's coming in to pitch, and we got a double switch. Eichhorn, he'll be batting number 6. He'll be batting in Paul Molitor's spot. And Ned Sprague, he'll be batting in the number 9 spot as they're getting some little bit of defense out there now. Getting Molitor out of the game and getting Sprague out there to play some defense. And Eichhorn's going to try and get out of this inning. So here we go. Up steps Eisenreich, man on second, 2 outs. We got a 9-6 baseball game. Philadelphia scored 4 runs this inning so far. And Eichhorn, he's a 15, goes up to a 20. 21 to the first batter. And here's the pitch from Eichhorn to Eisenreich. 14 is a 30. Fly ball, left field. Under it is Rickey Henderson. Makes the catch. 7th inning is finally over. As Toronto scores 7 and Philadelphia scores 4. And we're going to the top of the 8th inning. We got ourselves a 9-6 baseball game. And leading off will be, for Toronto, will be Ed Sprague. He came in on a double switch. He's right-hander against a right-hander hitting Roger Mason. Sprague, 51. 51 is a 9. Handicapped 1. 6 turns into a 7. Ed Sprague, base hit. 8th inning. Toronto gets the leadoff hitter on. And now batting is Rickey Henderson. And here's the pitch. Roger Mason pitching to the right-handed Rickey Henderson. 51. 51's a 9. He's a -4. So that's off the grade 10 pitcher. 9 off the grade 10. That's a little fly ball out the left field, and Inkivili under that one makes the catch. So 1 away here in the Toronto 8th inning. What a crazy game this has turned out to be. Up steps Devon White. Man on, man out. Devon White, 46, 46-13. Mason strikes him out. 2 away. Now batting is Roberto Alomar. As Toronto feels like they got to put some more runs on the board here. I don't know if that lead feels safe. Mason pitching to Alomar. 42. 42's a 14. That ball's up high. Ball 4. Another base runner. 2 on. 2 outs. And up steps Joe Carter looking for a pitch he can drive out of here. Roger Mason appears in to get the sign. He delivers to Joe Carter. 33 is a 5. First and second. 5. Handicap 3 off the grade 9. That ball's right down the corner all the way. Bouncing around in left field corner down there. Oh boy, what we got going on here? 2 runs are going to score, and Carter's going into third base with a triple. So Sprague scored and Alomar scored, and now we got an 11-6 baseball game. And coming up to bat is Johnny Olerud. We got a timeout. Coming in the pitch now will be David West, making his 4th appearance of the World Series. He has 2 1/3 innings. He's given up 1 run, 1 hit, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout so far in the World Series. So David West, he'll be batting number 7, and he's in the pitch here too. Johnny Olerud with a man on third and 2 outs. West, Olerud, 13's a 14, and he walks Olerud. Not what he was looking to do. And Toronto just continues to get base runners. Now due up to bat is Mark Eichhorn, and he is in a bat for himself. West pitching Eichhorn. 56-13. Struck him out. That is it here in the top of the 8th inning. 2 more runs for Toronto. And we're going to the bottom of the 8th. Toronto leading by 5. So bottom of the 8th, coming in to hit off Mark Eichhorn will be Rickey Jordan. He will be pinch hitting. He is 4 for 10 so far in the World Series. And here's the pitch. Eichhorn to Jordan. 62-13. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 away. Now batting, the number 8 hitter, Kevin Stocker. 65-35. 35. That is a little high bouncer. Third base. Sprague grabs it over to first. And he's out. 2 away in the Philadelphia 8th inning. And now batting is Pete Incaviglia. Last time up, he hit a double. Here's the pitch. Incaviglia, 63-32. Fly ball, right field. Under that one is Joe Carter. And that is it. Easy 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the 8th inning for Eichhorn in Toronto. We're going to the 9th inning. We got ourselves Toronto 11, Philadelphia 6. So coming to pitch the 9th inning, coming in for the pinch hitter will be Bobby Thigpen. He's be his second game. He pitched on Sunday. He pitched to 5 batters. He pitched 1 inning, 1 earned run, give up 3 hits. So he's coming in to pitch. He's a grade 3 right-hander from Tallahassee, Florida. The first guy to face him will be Fernandez, Borders, and then Sprague. So here's the pitch. Thigpen to Tony Fernandez. 16-28, ground ball to the shortstop. Stocker has it over to first. 1 away in the Blue Jay. 9th inning. Now batting is Pat Borders. He has 2 singles today. 41-24, ground ball to the shortstop. Kevin Stocker makes the play. Over to first. 2 away. And up steps Ed Sprague to bat. Last time up, he had a single and scored a run. 36-14, Thigpen walks Sprague. So Sprague's on first base. 2 outs, 9th inning. And up steps Rickey Henderson. 52-27, ground ball, third base. Grabbed by Hollins, over to second, gets the fielder's choice, third to second, and we're going to the bottom of the 9th. Toronto leading this one 11-6. And this looks like we might be going back to Toronto for Game 6. So coming in to pitch the bottom of the ninth here, pitching in the second game from Midland, Texas, will be Mike Timlin. He pitched back in the Sunday game, back in Game 2, pitched 1 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits and had 2 strikeouts. So he's going to come in here and try and get some outs here. And so they wanted to bring Ward in. So leading off would be Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra off Timlin is a grade 5 with an X. So here we go. Timlin all warmed up. Pitching to Lenny Dykstra, 41-24. Ground ball to the shortstop Fernandez. Over to first. 1 up and 1 away. Philadelphia needs base runners, and they need a bunch of them in a hurry. Timlin delivers to right-hand hitting Duncan. 61-24. Ground ball. 2 hopper to Fernandez. Over to first. 2 up and 2 down. And the Philadelphia, 9th inning, and they're down to their last hope. Johnny Kruk. Kruk is 1 for 4 today. Timlin to Kruk. 25 is an 8. Base hit. Johnny Kruk gets a single. So they got a base runner. They're not going to bother holding him on first base. And up steps David Hollins from Buffalo, New York. 46-13. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Timlin gets the final out of the game. And that is it here in Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, Toronto. With a big 7-run 7th inning. The win this game 11-6, and this game will be going back to Toronto. But the Phillies leading the series 3-2. So final score here in Veterans Stadium is Toronto 11, Philadelphia 6. Toronto had 11 runs on 18 hits. They made 4 errors. And 3 of them in just that crazy inning that Molitor made an error and Joe Carter had a double error out there. Philadelphia, they had 6 runs, 8 hits, and they made 1 error. Toronto had 8 men left on base. Philadelphia 7 men left on base. Guzman started for Toronto, pitched 5 1/3 solid innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Castillo pitched 2/3 of an inning. He got through the 6th. He gets the win. Cox 2/3 of an innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. Eichhorn 1 1/3 inning, and Timlin pitched the last inning. For Philadelphia, Schilling started 6 innings, 11 hits, 5 earned runs. He got out of hand in a hurry. Anderson, Mason, Weston, Thigpen all followed. Home runs in the game. We didn't have any home runs in the game. Joe Carter had a triple. Fernandez had a triple for Toronto and a triple Eisenreich for Philadelphia. And doubles for Toronto. Coles had a pinch hit double. Henderson a double. Molitor had a double. And then for Philadelphia, Daulton had a double and Duncan had 2 doubles. So overall, it was just an outright crazy game. Paul Molitor, he was 4 for 4 today for the winning team. He had 2 runs and an RBI. Fernandez had a couple hits. Alomar had a couple hits. For Philadelphia, they had 2 hits from Duncan and 2 from Kruk. So what a crazy game it was. The first 6 innings, it went just nice and smooth. Then the 7th inning with 11 runs scored in the 7th inning. This game really got crazy with RP boards and errors and bringing the infield in on a couple plays. Borders got that base hit through the drawn-in infield where maybe I should have left him deep and they might have got the double play ball, and this could have been a totally different ball game. But you never know. So that is it here from Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Once again, final score, Toronto 11, Philadelphia 6. And in a couple days, I'll be playing Game 6 of the World Series in Toronto. If you made it to the end, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and have a great day.